Bord Bia, supporting Irish horticulture and proud sponsors of Homegrown.
For our next story, Kitty's exploring the captivating relationship between art and horticulture at Lismore Castle Gardens, County Waterford. Here the worlds of art and horticulture are combined in the gardens, and we want to see what influence they have on one another.
Castle gardens all over Ireland have long held a captivating charm, characterised by their historical significance, architectural splendour and lush greenery. But there has been a long-standing and very intriguing trend when it comes to these old castle gardens. It's the combination of the worlds of horticulture and art. So I want to explore how this fusion can elevate the castle garden here at Lismore. The gardens are home to an impressive array of plant species, including rare and exotic varieties. The lower gardens showcase vibrant flower beds, while the upper gardens boast carefully curated collections of herbaceous plants and shrubs. So what is it like working in a garden that art plays a role? I want to chat to Lee Behigan, one of the gardeners here on site, and see how horticulture and art mix these days. Lee, as a craft gardener, how do you think horticulture, creativity and art all intertwine in a garden?
I think there's a huge crossover between art and horticulture, and I think the only true difference between an artist and a gardener is the medium that they use. I think every gardener would approach any outdoor space like a blank canvas. You're always thinking about what sort of design, or even in some cases a theme, and how you're going to portray that as the gardener or artist would.
How does the landscape here in Lismore with a castle and grounds inspire an artistic approach to gardening?
In some aspects we have to use some materials that might look almost a little bit derelict and old, because if you use some newer looking materials it might jar a little bit within this context. We also have an art gallery here in the garden, and art plays an integral part within this garden. Sometimes there's sculpture changed around in different locations in the garden to match with the seasons, and of course there may even be an exhibition which may pick up on certain things in the garden.
Throughout its history at Lismore, there is a synergy between art and horticulture. So I want to see how the world of art seamlessly intertwines in the horticulture world at Lismore Castle. So I'm meeting with Lismore's art curator, Paul McCurry. And here in Lismore, how does the horticulture intertwine with the artistic heritage of the castle?
So the gallery, if you like, is in the heart of the garden and was set up in 2005. And a lot of the exhibitions that we host, we commission artists, and some of those kind of artists and exhibitions, they spill out of the gallery and into the gardens. Some of the artists are really keen to do something outside of the white room and to do something in the garden. And sometimes that's been a big installation, and sometimes it's been something quite modest and kind of almost hidden away in the bushes. But you know, that's kind of part of the fun, if you like, of this venue, where you can do something like that. A part of the programme we do is to try and work with the garden team to come up with a series of events which cross over the interests of art and gardening. So we'll do a series of exhibitions, screenings, seminars, and sometimes we host other kinds of festivals as well.
Beyond the aesthetic appeal, Lismore Castle Gardens play a pivotal role in promoting culture and education. And Lee spoke earlier about the grounds here being like a canvas for him to create. Is it a similar experience for you?
Absolutely. I use different areas of the garden canvassed for different kinds of experiences. And also I think the seasons and the way the gardens grow so seasonally is very important, particularly for our school programmes. We do very interesting things in the spring with everything kind of growing. We do completely different things with the kind of abundance of kind of petals in the summer, and then with all the sort of seed heads in the autumn. And all different areas of the garden provide you with different visual stimulation and kind of different tactile hands-on experiences as well.
Every day, Lismore Castle and Gardens invites visitors to discover the gardens and the creativity within. Every corner reveals a new facet of its artistic and horticultural allure. So I want to delve deeper and see, do the visitors see the link between horticulture and art?
I definitely think so. You can physically see it in their body language, a big grin on their face, and often if you look at social media today, there's non-gardeners, non-artists, taking pictures of the work we do here in the garden and posting it. I think that's quite positive.
I like to think that some people who come to explore gardens come away thinking, I've picked up sparked some interest there with art. And similarly with people who just come to see the art, they're going away maybe with a little spark of interest in gardening.
Here at Lismore, the gardens are sanctuaries that transcend mere aesthetics. The fusion of horticulture and art in the gardens transforms them into living canvases that are constantly changing and adapting, and they should be visited and admired before they transform once again.
Board Bia, supporting Irish horticulture and proud sponsors of Homegrown.